Loving yourself is how you find love. So you, Josiah, promise to allow her to be free and wild.
That it was that sound of my heart beating that night that pulled you towards me.
There will be storms that come.
Hoy quiero mirarte consciente de que lo único que tenemos es este instante.
We call it love. Love is what holds us together and is that melody.
We're Josiah and Lauda, and we exchanged traditional comforts for a life filled with adventure, peace, and freedom when we moved into our van Pass in June of 2021. This lifestyle woke us up from the daydream the system had us in. So we got married?
Yes.
Let's talk about our wedding.
For me, it's not a wedding because the way I know the term or the concept of wedding is really different from what we did, I think. So for me, it was like a celebration of love.
Our love celebration.
A love celebration.
So let's talk about our love celebration. After we got engaged, that same day or the next day, we decided we wanted to elope. I think a lot of people get married and they feel like they have to include everyone that's been in their life. You know, their babysitters from when they were a kid, their family members, their high school friends, everyone. And for us, it's like different people bring different energy. You know, everything's a vibration. And our vibration that we're living in right now, we want it to be represented through our celebration of love. And so rather than catering or like entertaining all of these people as guests, we decided just to have a little party.
A gathering of friends.
Yeah, and it was really beautiful. It was not very planned. I mean, what did we plan?
Maybe the food, but we planned the food like 1 or 2 days before. Then we decided, yes, let's do the tacos, and everybody can just put whatever they want.
Just cooking out of the van and serving our friends food was just another weekend.
And maybe the clothes was the most stressful thing for me, because at the beginning I thought that I wanted a white dress, and then we were looking for a white dress that I really liked, and I found one.
Yeah, just a couple days before the wedding.
Looking at the mirror, I realized that I didn't want to wear white.
But even that, I mean, we got my pants the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't want to wear something that didn't reflect who I am. I wanted people to recognize, like, oh yeah, that's the Josiah I know, not look at me and be like, wow, you clean up nice, I never see you like this.
I think we chose the clothes that really like feel representative and authentic. When they asked me, oh, it's how you dreamed, how you dreamt, and that's what you like, I was like, no, I don't have idea, because I never dreamed about having a wedding. But for me now, if someone asks me, it's like, for me, it was perfect. I cannot imagine other way to celebrate love or
and
my love.
For me, it was less about like visually how it would look and more about how I would feel the day of. Like, I wanted a day where I wasn't stressed, where I wasn't feeling like I had to make a bunch of decisions and take care of people and I didn't have to think. I literally was swimming in the ocean less than an hour before we said our vows.
I was sleeping.
Yeah, you took a siesta right before. I remember when people started to get there at the beach, and they, oh, what can we help with? What can we do? How do you want this to look? And for us, it was just like, we don't have to plan, just let it flow.
Maybe for some people, they already know what kind of dress they want to have, what kind of flowers they want, what kind of food. I didn't have expectations. The time like trying to organize the petals, for me it was just something like I want like kind of a circle where everybody can be inside of the circle and just like being part of us, like something very natural. But I don't have any specific like a strict design of a wedding.
We didn't even plan the music out. Like the night around the bonfire, you used the music on your phone and it was perfect. And this was something we didn't think about before. This idea that you got to share something so personal to you, like how you experience music, like songs that you have memories with, songs that we've listened to on these road trips, that we have inside stories, we have jokes about, right? Like, it was so beautiful.
Whoa, in other words, whoa, in other words, I love you.
I think about this idea that people pay a DJ to put this music on to entertain their guests. And like, I get it, you want music that you can dance to. And also like, I can't imagine someone putting on like the YMCA or like music like this. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, when I think about me, this is the music I enjoy, so for me it's perfect to play that music.
People told us just these amazing stories of what a big impact, what a beautiful experience they had. Not just like, oh, I had a lot of fun at your wedding, but I felt like I was sharing in your guys' love. I felt like I would look back at my life as before the wedding and after the wedding. Like it, literally, like words that moved me. I mean, it wasn't something that we necessarily anticipated or planned. We just did it for us. So many weddings I've been to, it feels like a party that's being thrown for other people rather than a window that's being opened into the love and the lives and the authenticity of the relationship of the people getting married.
Yeah, for me, I was so like in the moment. I was so present. I didn't even know where my phone was because I was so in the moment.
Same.
Yeah, and it was beautiful. When Parker said, look around you.
You guys are an example. We can all say it. You are something absolutely magical. We are so grateful and blessed to be in your presence. And for this moment, I would like you both to look at each other, to take a breath, realize where you are. Everything's been leading to this moment, this beautiful moment. Life has come out in full color for you guys. It loves you, and it loves this moment.
And it was like unreal. For me, it was like, oh, this is a dream, a completely paradise for me.
I think about other people's weddings for a second. I don't know what everyone's motivation is, though I have talked to a lot of people that have gotten married and they look back at their weddings and they think I would have done it completely differently. Right? Like, not only the spending so much money, like, hey, love is, the reason we live. Like, it's the most beautiful thing. Spend your money if that's what makes you happy. But what I think is unfortunate is people spend money on things that don't make them happy. They do it in a way where they feel like they have to spend money as like a status symbol because that's what everyone does.
I think that when you have love, you don't need to spend that amount of money, because even you want to do something to celebrate your love and to invite your friends.
Yeah.
Like, if your friends really love you, if your family really love you, they will enjoy your union, whatever if there is like the biggest badass party or just something like very simple,
and
because the most important thing is love.
And honestly, like, I know it's easy to say this after the fact, but if someone would have said you have $1 million to spend on this wedding, I am paying for it. Looking back, I do not know what I would have done differently. Like, I loved the way we did it because it was so natural and it represented the way we live our lives. Like, we weren't pretending. I've met people that throw these big parties that don't even like parties. It doesn't make sense to me, but it does in the backdrop of what society expects. Like, when you think of a wedding, people tell you you have to do it this way.
I remember I was getting ready. I was looking at myself in the mirror, this tiny mirror. So I was remember thinking about, should I wear makeup? I meditated and I realized that no, I was conditioned to believe that I need it. And this is very important for me because during a whole period of my life, I felt the pressure of society telling me that you need to wear makeup, you need to dress in a certain way because you are a woman. And I think this happened with most of us.
I think I would have been surprised if you put makeup on. I don't think you've really worn makeup much at all since we met each other. And for some people,
That's
wearing
why.
makeup and spending hours doing their hair is authentic. That is what they love.
It's art.
Exactly.
For
I don't think either one of us have anything against that.
No.
It's just that I think a lot of people do that and put the makeup on and wear the big dress because they feel like that's what other people want them to do. Which is, I mean, I think part of the reason we were so selective with who went to the wedding. I mean, there were less than 10 people there.
I feel that I need to clarify that we didn't invite our family, not because we don't love them. Of course we love them. Of course we want to share our love with them.
Yeah.
The thing is that we are in different mindsets. My family, for example, is very traditional, and I didn't want that influence me, right? Because I know who I am now. I know what makes me happy. I know my authentic self. And I sometimes the pressure of society influence you. And I didn't want that at all because it was a special day for me, for us, for our love, not for anybody else.
And I think more than anything, I would just say that love is the only way we are going to heal this world. And in that sense, like, we want to share love with everyone, and we want to share our love in any way we can.
You guys have chosen to find the melody and dance the same melody together. And what that melody is called, we have a name for it. It's called love. It's like he is the beat and you are the melody. It is so strange to see them separate, but so beautiful when they are together. So to begin this process, we start off with our vows.
Many people have heard the story of how we first met, but they don't know what first attracted you to me. The moment I finally stopped talking was when you heard my heart. It was pumping out of my chest, and you asked me if I was okay because you'd never heard a heart beating so loud. You've since told me that it was my heart beating that night that pulled you toward me. Something inside me used my heart to signal to you that a day would come when I'd be ready to wake up and listen to my true self.
Tú me has acompañado a lo largo de este proceso de descubrimiento y crecimiento personal.
The truth is, you've been one of my greatest teachers.
He ido aprendiendo del maravilloso ser humano que eres.
You've taught me patience by both embodying patience and doing the things that require me to practice it.
Eres mi mejor amigo y sé que amaré tu verdadero ser incondicionalmente. Libre como las aves, siempre que haya amor, comprensión y felicidad, escogeremos volar juntos.
In the same way, you've taught me trust, intimacy, vulnerability, love, and so much more.
Hoy quiero mirarte consciente de que lo único que tenemos es este instante.
I vow to fall into you completely without losing myself, to provide a safe space for you to be all of you, to see you for the wildflower you are and never try to tame your wild spirit.
Viviré en el presente para disfrutar de este amor sin límites ni condiciones del futuro, sin promesas vacías, ni las típicas frases de vivieron felices por siempre, porque a veces siempre es solo un segundo.
And to see you for the goddess you will always be.
Pero si el segundo es ahora, quiero que sea el más feliz de nuestras vidas.
Te amo mucho.
Imagine how long everyone has waited, how much has happened on Earth just to make this one moment possible, for you guys to find each other from such different backgrounds. It is the beginning of the healing of all the differences in the world.
Made up of stars.